anything that was on the road, or if he witnessed anyone from the bomb squad detonating anything on his own.
Before we talk to Shane, Mike, are you on the phone?
Yeah, I'm here.
Mike, I'm sorry, what's your last name, please?
I'd rather not give it. But,
That's fine. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm on Dexter Ave, on the corner of Dexter and Laurel. So I saw everything firsthand. I was videotaping it from my porch.
Tell us what you saw. Walk through it, please.
Well, I was lying on the couch watching TV, and then I heard, almost like fireworks, and I thought it was some just, kind of joker lighting fireworks in April. Then they kept getting louder and louder, and then I got up, and then I started seeing flashes everywhere. And then all of a sudden, there was, transit police, Boston police, state police barreling down Dexter Ave, and then there was that popping sound, obviously gunfire, kept going off. And then I heard the officer saying, "Do you have a shotgun?" "Yeah, I have shotguns." "Do you have guns?" "Yeah, I have guns." And then there was two explosions.
Mike, who was that conversation with? Was it?
It was with officers that
they were yelling with the suspects. They were screaming at the suspects at that time.
It wasn't. And then there was two explosions, bombs, like a little bombs or grenades. I have no idea, but there was a huge amount of smoke. You could smell the sulfur in the air.
Were they on the street? Were they, on the sidewalk? Were they on front lawns? Where were these explosions?
No, the bombs went off.
Yeah, but where were they? Were they on the street, or were the bombs on a lawn or something?
They were on Laurel Ave. They were on
the street.
Yeah, they were right on the street.
They were on the street, and then a few minutes after that, there was gunfire. Kept going back and forth. Police were shooting. The suspect was shooting, and then there was what I think was a Mercedes SUV, like an ML430, one of those types of models that barreled down Laurel towards Dexter, and then the police were shooting at the Mercedes SUV, and it hit a police car and it kept going. So they basically were shooting at the car, and the car apparently got away. And then that's all I could see. And then speaking with the officer a little bit later, he said, get back in the house. There's still undetonated bombs in the area. So I'm looking at a bomb robot right now on Laurel in my back porch, and it's on remote control, so it's just kind of sitting there. So clearly there is something that hasn't gone off.
Can you actually see what could potentially be some sort of an IED in the road where this robot is? No.
No, I just see the robot. I just got yelled in to go back inside my house. So,
oh really?
Please, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Be safe. Don't. Please.
Yeah. So it's just surreal. It's like a movie. I mean, there's gunshots being fired at a car that's driving into police officers, and there was also a report from a police officer that I heard him say "officer down." So there's an officer that's been shot here in Watertown, and the ambulance came. And I also saw another officer that was standing on obviously a suspect. He had his foot on him. I think he was shot and injured. This was again on the corner of Laurel and Dexter. So he had his foot on him standing, and then they were waiting for the ambulance, which took at least 3 or 4 minutes to come. So it's just pretty insane what's going on right now.
Here's your tape. I don't know if you have a television, but here it is. All right. We actually have the tape that you're looking at.
Okay.
Let's listen to it.
137, I have you here by EMS en route.
No, this is mine, and this is my tape, I think.
This is your shot. This is Sean.
I think it is. I can hear the radio trap.
Yeah. All right. Well, as you can tell, it's a tense situation, and the language might be a little crispy.
Let's see if we can't cue that up again and start it from the top, because we were sort of talking over it a little bit. Okay, so we'll wait on that for another time.
Hey, while you're waiting for that, let me just point out that the person who was taken into custody, who we all watched the handcuffs being put on him. That person has already been released and is now walking home.
There you go.
So that just kind of goes to the confusion at this scene. Now I'm looking at a Burlington K-9 unit that's also here.
So that would lend credibility to someone you spoke to at the time that said it's just a friend of mine and he was just carrying a backpack and they shouldn't be doing it, and then they would still be looking, so there might still be the scene would still be an active scene. And we just heard Mike say, Sean, I don't know if you heard him, but Mike said that there was one of those robots going down the middle of the street searching for devices. So they're still trying to pluck devices out of the middle of the street.
Yeah, I'm not surprised because the level of concern when they took that first suspect down about the amount of ordinances that were still on the street was very high, and they couldn't get to that area right away, in part because the bomb squad wasn't here yet, but secondly because they had somebody who was suspected of shooting at police officers was still on the run, so they were, at the same time that they were looking for that person, they were dealing with the explosives on the street.
This is Mike's tape, by the way. I didn't mean to cut you off, Liz. Excuse me. This is Mike's tape.
So I just want to be clear, Sean. We know of one suspect who was taken down and taken away in an ambulance. We know that there is a second suspect who may or may not be in custody, correct?
Well, I hesitate to say at this point because, at one point it was second suspect in custody. We could hear the police outside of the car window saying that the second person was down. We watched them go and hustle towards somebody to make an arrest. Now, whether that person was not related to all this, it's possible that it's more than one person has been taken into custody and that was later released. Just dealing with the confusion of it all. The Camaro that the second suspect seemed to have come from seemed to be somewhat of a random car in all of this after they were looking for the Mercedes and then the SUV. Right. And then all of a sudden there was a Camaro in play.
Well, and Sean, you can imagine the forgive the phrase, but the fog of war. I mean, we are getting Honda Accord comments in here on it, so it's difficult for everyone to keep track of things. That this is again, I believe this is video from earlier and also in Watertown, but at a different scene. We have that caller Mike's video that he sent in to us. We have the one that he sent to us. I wonder if at this point in time we can take a look at it and see what he has on this video, so we can all look for one. Remember, this is obviously dark at night, and so here's Mike's video. Let's take a look at it and listen to it.
Is this related to the terrorists? State police? What the fuck?
Well, we apologize for this. It's 2 o'clock in the morning and bullets are being fired. Shots are being fired right outside your door, and
I counted, I think, 25 shots. I could be inaccurate about that, but it was certainly close to 2 dozen, if not more, gunshots that we heard.
And the image was close enough to Mike's house that we've told you it is a residential area in Watertown, and this was clear, and it's dark. obviously. So I can't imagine a more stressful situation.
And yet he was actually quite calm when talking to us, but this is a very, very scary situation going on.